Okay. Hopefully this is recording. I am not seeing any indicator of that. So good afternoon, and my name is Toni Parks, and I am the founder and a teacher at Worlds English. You can find the site at worldsenglish.net, and I think you've come here from our Facebook site, so you can also find the link on the page. Today's lesson, we are going to have a free live lesson, and it is on my daily routine. Sorry, that's okay. Not what I was looking for. Okay. And our primary objective today is going to be to use the present simple to talk about a daily routine for a working professional. So even though no one's here yet, I am recording this lesson. So I want to go ahead and start. Hopefully we will have some live participants soon as we're going along. So this looks like almost as bad as my desk. Actually, this is worse than my desk, but not worse. Not much worse. Okay. Move on to the next slide if it will change. There we go. Okay, so this is John. I only see one person on the page, so I think this is John here. Okay. This is a car. This is a hospital, children's hospital. And I don't know what this is. This is a graph of some sort, but it's too small. I can't see what it is. Oh, okay. Here's the answer. This is John. He is a doctor. He works 5 days a week, so that's his schedule. He works at the children's hospital. He drives to work in a car. He drives a car to work. John's routine. What do you think John's routine is? What do you think he's doing here? And here. And what part of his routine is this? And this. Okay. So John wakes up at 5:30 a.m. That means John's alarm clock is waking him up, right? Okay, I'm not remembering how to get back. Okay, here. All right, John's next thing on his routine is he goes for a run. John is running. And next, he eats a healthy breakfast. And finally, lastly, he has a shower. So he wakes up, he runs, he has a healthy breakfast, and a shower. Before work, he does some more things. Before work, what does he do? What does he do? What does he do here and here? And before work, can you guess? He combs his hair. He brushes and flosses his teeth. Let's make this a little smaller. I can't seem to make it smaller, but okay. He brushes. And he flosses. So we have a toothbrush and dental floss. Toothbrush, dental floss. Next, what does John do? Here. And what do these have to do with John's routine? Next, John gets dressed. He grabs his bag. This bag is a briefcase. We really don't call this a bag. We call this a briefcase. Let's see if I can type that. It's not going to let me put it there, so we'll put it over here. Okay. He examines children. This child is a baby. He works long hours. We say he works until nighttime. It's after dark. It's dark, the lights are on. So if he starts in the morning and he works until dark, he works long hours. After work, what does John do? What are these things? What do these things have to do with John's routine after work? What do you do after work? Does John do the same thing you do after work? John eats sushi. It's hard for me to imagine that John eats sushi every day. But I'm sure he eats sushi sometimes. He watches TV. I don't see anything on the TV. So his TV must not be working. Otherwise, we call that television. He reads a magazine. And he sets his alarm. Remember alarm clock? Sometimes we just say alarm for short. Alarm is the sound that the alarm clock makes. So we have television, magazine. If I don't click, it doesn't work. Okay. All right. It says, read along with me, if you would. My name is John. I am a doctor at the Children's Hospital in my town. I work very hard and I enjoy my job most of the time. I usually work 5 days a week, but sometimes I work 6 days. In general, I drive to work, but from time to time, I take the bus. Each working day, I wake up at 5:30 a.m. I go for a 5-kilometer run along the beach. When I return, I'm always hungry, so I eat a large breakfast. As a doctor, I know it is important to eat a healthy breakfast. I don't eat sugary foods. In fact, I never eat sugar because it is unhealthy. I always eat yogurt topped with fruit and nuts. After breakfast, I have, let's back up. Okay, so who remembers what this is? What was this? This was our alarm clock, and the sound that it makes is the alarm. After breakfast, I have a quick shower. Then I get out of the shower and dry myself. Next, I shave, brush, and floss my teeth and comb my hair. Also, I put in a pair of clean contact lenses. Okay, this is a contact lens. It goes on her eye, his eye. Next, it's time to get dressed. I almost always wear a suit, but I rarely wear a tie. I grab my bag and get into the car, and then I'm off to work. At work, I am always busy. The time flies by every day. As I mentioned, I work at the Children's Hospital. I am a pediatrician. I examine children and talk with their parents. Most nights I return home late and I am tired. However, I always eat something small for dinner, like soup or some sushi. I love Asian food. While eating dinner, sometimes I watch TV or I read a magazine. I like to read novels, but I rarely read them these days. Most nights I go to bed before 11 p.m. I always set my alarm or I don't wake up in time the following morning. To be continued. Okay, so what about these things? Do you walk the dog? How about you? Do you walk the dog? I don't have a dog, so I do not walk the dog. Do you go to night school? How about you? Do you go to night school? I do not go to night school, but I have gone to night school in the past, but I have finished my education, so I do not go to school. Do you eat at restaurants with friends? How about you? I like to eat at restaurants with friends sometimes, but I have not done that in a long time. I would like to eat at a restaurant with friends sometime soon. Do you go to a gym? I do not go to a gym, but I need to go to a gym. I need to exercise more. So I need to go to a gym, or I need to get a dog that I can walk. Okay. What about your daily routine? Okay, so we start with, so my name is, and I am M. So I can say, so my name is Toni, and I am an English teacher. Each day I go to my office and start my computers, and I go to work. But only after I get dressed and have some coffee. I usually have my breakfast later in the day. Next, I check all of my email, and I look at my calendar and prepare for the day. After that, I usually have my breakfast, and then I take a short break. Sometimes I have lessons during this time. Sometimes my lessons are later. For lunch, I sometimes go out to a restaurant, but usually I eat lunch at home. I come home at around 5 p.m. In the evenings, I like to visit with my husband and my son and cook a meal and watch TV or do some more work on my computer. Most nights, I generally like to relax with my family. My bedtime varies. It is at sometimes 9 o'clock and sometimes 2 a.m. I'm not very good at going to bed at the same time. How about you? What about your daily routine? What do you have for lunch? When do you come home? What do you do in the evenings? What do you do most nights? And when is your bedtime? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of the lesson. Thank you for watching today, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to have one-on-one lessons with myself or another teacher, please visit us at worldsenglish.net. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.